Hi, and welcome to Martial Arts Tips, Tricks, and Tutorials. I'm Jessen-N. This is part 1 on my series of Sidekick tutorials, the technique breakdown. The Sidekick is one of the greatest, if not the greatest tool in all of martial arts, but you have to develop it properly, which takes time, precision, accuracy, muscle strength, muscle control, flexibility. There's a lot of elements involved in developing a great sidekick. Technically, it's one of the hardest moves in all martial arts to master. So in this tutorial, I'm going to lay down the basic groundwork on how to start developing and training for an excellent sidekick.
To maximize power and efficiency in your sidekick, you must have proper technique. The proper technique comes from proper body positioning and clean lines. Here's a diagram of my sidekick illustrating the proper lines from one body point to the next. So why is it that the sidekick is one of the greatest moves in all of martial arts? Here we have a defensive sidekick drill, which I'll get to in a later episode. The sidekick is the best move for keeping your opponent outside of your space. The sidekick can also be used like a jab to set up other shots. And it can be used by itself for the main line of attack. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Your sidekick is your strongest and quickest straight line. The first part of this drill is about developing the proper muscle strength and muscle memory in your chamber. Your chamber is the most important part of the sidekick. To have a proper chamber, drive your knee deep to the wall on a horizontal axis. Keep that knee in line with a full pivot, which means toes facing that wall. Do this drill 3 sets of 10 each leg in a nice controlled form. Don't worry about speed. This is about control. Part 2 of this training routine is still focusing on the chamber. Make sure you have that full pivot and lock your base leg, driving your heel to the floor with a locked knee and squeezing your hamstring. This part of the drill is all about developing the proper muscle strength and balance in your base leg. Now we combine our work with our deep chamber with that of the extension. When adding on the extension, make sure you squeeze and hold for a second at the top. Keep your heel up and toes down. Make sure that your shoulder doesn't dip any lower than your kicking hip, no matter how high you kick. Do these in a nice controlled form, squeezing and holding for a second at the top. Now we combine all of the elements and rep a nice controlled sidekick, 3 sets of 10 each leg. Make sure you hold each position for a second before moving to the next. That also includes your re-chamber. This isn't an easy drill, but to optimize performance in your sidekick, it's definitely the best drill to do.
That concludes part 1 on my series of sidekick tutorials. Remember, if you can't do things slow, you can't do them fast. Power comes from speed. Speed comes from flexibility. Flexibility comes from muscle strength and muscle control. Muscle strength and muscle control comes from muscle memory. You have to have the proper muscle memory first. To do that, you have to train in these very slow and specific formats. Get the muscle memory down first. Get the technique down first, and I promise speed and power will come later. Speed and power all come from proper technique. Technique first. I'm Jessen-N, Martial Arts Tips, Tricks, and Tutorials.